If you're a woman frustrated in your relationships, I know you can stop struggling and arguing, and I think you can start feeling more ease and harmony again. I know you can enjoy your partnership and feel nurtured and supported like you deserve. I know because I did it and I've helped my clients to do that, and I think you can too. I also think I can help you get there. Once you know how to shift old relationship patterns that keep you stuck, then you can really start experiencing greater joy that you deserve in your relationships. And when you're happy in your primary relationship, it's like the bedrock for everything else. When you're happy at home, you're going to be happy in your other relationships with your family, with your friends, and even with your coworkers. And you'll probably also be happier on the inside with yourself. That's been my experience, and I've seen it with countless clients. You end up being a better parent, more patient, more kind. You can be more focused at work and take better care of yourself. And I'm not just saying that. Like I said, I've seen it. I've experienced it in myself and with many others. As you get to the source of your issues, it affects everything. The issues are at the core, and they can pull everything with them. So as you start unpacking and clearing away what is keeping you stuck, then you start getting lighter, you start getting happier and more fun to be with. So that's what this video is about. It's about helping you to create a happy, healthy relationship. My name is Robin Smith, and I am a body-centered relationship coach. I've helped hundreds of women to create healthy relationships and to feel connected and whole again. I've also studied developmental trauma, and I've been a yoga teacher for almost 25 years. So all that weaves into how I support my clients and my groups. If you're like me, you've been suffering in your relationships. It's frustrating. It's sad. It's hard not being understood like you want. It's hard not feeling like you're heard, or like you know how to connect and like you know how to solve it. That was my experience. I was constantly arguing in my past relationships, feeling like I was in a power struggle. I was scared I wouldn't get what I want, and I didn't feel safe. And I was sad that it just kept happening. It was so exhausting, really. It was a struggle. And I didn't know what to do about it, but I did know that it didn't have to be that hard, that it shouldn't be that hard, and I knew there could be a better way. So I tried some things. I tried traditional talk therapy, and I didn't feel like that really helped, honestly. I felt like I just talked a lot. And I got some communication skills, and they were great techniques, but I would forget to use them. And I kept getting stuck in the same power dynamics, the same old habits where, the communication wasn't going to help because it wasn't the source of the issue. So for me, it all started changing when I finally got some embodied relationship coaching. Not only did I learn better and more, effective communication techniques, but I also got to the source of my issues. I started to see what I was doing that was keeping the patterns going. But I couldn't have seen it on my own. I needed people helping me, coaches in real time, catching me in the act and helping me to see what I was doing and how to unwind the pattern. And as those patterns shifted, I became a different person. It's really amazing to me, but many people have told me they've seen the changes in me, people who've known me before. I became more confident, more available in my relationships, less full of fear, less holding myself back, and more open and ready to play and go deeper with people. I also stopped playing my own side of the power dynamics, blaming and judging and creating conflict. So again, there's nothing special about me. I know that if I can do it, you can do it. And like I said, I've seen it so many times with my clients. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I believe everyone has the right to experience beautiful connection. So often our relationship struggles and conflicts are rooted in deeper patterns, limiting beliefs and dysfunctional power dynamics that really don't serve. But we can't always see we're doing that. So that's why it's super helpful to have a skillful coach who's there with you moment to moment, talking you through it, catching you, supporting you in changing the old unhealthy patterns. And when we do body-centered coaching, which is what I offer, the patterns change a lot more quickly. People get insights fast, and they're able to integrate their learning because they're getting it into their whole body. So at this point, you might be thinking, is it really possible to change? Well, of course I think so. I wouldn't be here. And because I've seen it so many times, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about supporting women, especially in creating relationships that are satisfying. Too many women are unfulfilled and disappointed and really not getting their needs met. When I think of a client who had a big change, someone in my last group named Jen, she held herself back a lot in her relationship. She was scared, and she also didn't know how to get closer. But through the course, she learned some skillful techniques, especially around navigating her fear and her other emotions and how to make a deeper connection. I'm going to read you what she said. She said, "Now I've learned new communication tools that have turned conflicts into opportunities, helping us to become closer with each other and build the intimacy that I was craving." Another client had something similar. She was in the group as well, but she was holding back so much because she was afraid of rejection from her husband. They had been married for several years, but she still didn't really know how to, create a deeper connection. She didn't know how to let down her guard. And fear was taking over for her. She lived more on the surface and she wasn't living authentically. But through our work in the group, she also learned to deal with the fear and some of the other feelings that were holding her back. She started to open up more, and she got really inspired by the other women in the group. She could see how others were doing that, and she also felt the support of the container of the group, which helped her take those steps in sharing herself more fully with her husband. Now she feels like they're super close, and she can't believe she was doing that before. So, these transformations are real. So I want to tell you about this group that I'm super excited about. You've been hearing me talk about the Rockin Relationship Reboot. But first, like I promised, I wanted to share a little bit more about communication that I didn't cover in the 5-day challenge. I know many of you have seen that or were working with me there, but if you weren't, this will still be helpful. So we covered a lot of effective communication skills that do help. And there's one place where people were getting a little stuck. So I wanted to shine some light on that. And it was around sharing feelings. It's super important to share our feelings with our partners. And I didn't go so much into that because there were other things I wanted to emphasize. But the thing is about sharing feelings that if we don't do it skillfully, it can actually backfire and we can end up again feeling not heard and understood like we're hoping to when we share, right? So here's the deal. If you share feelings that sound like this, I feel ignored, I feel disrespected, I feel misunderstood, those are 3 great examples, or even I feel hurt. The problem with that kind of expression is it's almost saying, you're hurting me. I feel like you're hurting me. I feel like you're misunderstanding me. I feel like you're disrespecting me. It implies that someone is doing something to you. And so, we talked so much about taking full responsibility for our experiences, and we're going to continue that in the Rock Your Relationship Reboot program. And this is a place where that gets really important when you talk about feelings. So instead of saying, I feel ignored, which is implying someone's doing something to you, they're ignoring you, you take full responsibility and you use what we call the 5 core feelings. These are the main feelings that any other feeling would be related to or could be kind of boiled down to. And it's great because there's only 5 and you can remember them, and they're basic and foundational to all other feelings: anger, sadness, fear, joy, and sexual feelings. Write them down if you need to. So when you speak about the true feeling instead of the feeling that, sort of suggests what someone's doing to you, you are going to get more understood and empathized with. At least it's a lot more likely. So instead of saying, I feel ignored, or I feel like you're ignoring me, you might say instead, I feel sad I'm not getting the attention I want. Can you see the difference? There's no implication someone's doing it to you. It's just owning, I want more attention, right? Or you could say, I feel sad and I want more attention, right? You could also say, as far as being misunderstood, I feel scared and I'm wanting to be understood. Or I feel scared that I'm not getting understood. So both of those are still, you're taking full ownership for your experience. So I hope that's helpful, and that you can implement it. And again, we're going to go much deeper into how to deal with difficult emotions in the Rockin Relationship Reboot coaching group. So let me share about that with you now. But I have to warn you, we're starting in a week. We're starting on February 27th. And so registration closes the day before, Tuesday, February 26th. Not only that, but I need to limit the size of the group, right? Because I am doing live coaching with everybody in a group setting. So I want to make sure that I can support everybody. So the group size will be limited. Since you're watching this video, I'm imagining you are either a woman who feels unfulfilled in her relationship, frustrated or dissatisfied, or you're a woman who's between relationships, really not wanting to repeat those same unhealthy patterns that you've had before in past relationships. So whether you're in an unfulfilling relationship now that feels unhealthy or frustrating, or you're in between relationships not wanting to repeat the patterns, I have designed the Rockin Relationship Reboot program for you. I've designed it to help you learn effective skills to bring into your relationships and to help you start unwinding the unhealthy patterns that have gotten you stuck in dynamics that just aren't working. So here's what you get. The group is 8 weeks. It's 8 meetings every Wednesday night, 1 week at a time, and we meet for 90 minutes. I've broken the training up into different modules. So each week we cover a different module. It's a key aspect of what I think is, essential for helping you to create a juicy relationship. And I'm going to show you what those modules are right now by sharing my screen with you. So here we are, the 6 areas of the Rockin Relationship Reboot process. First one, effective communication. So we're going to go deeper than we were able to go in the 5-day challenge with that to help you unwind these arguments that keep happening, the conflicts that you keep finding yourself in. Understanding emotions. We'll go into all 5 core emotions and how to navigate, especially the difficult ones, and why that's so important. We'll talk about clarifying desires. Often women especially can hold back their desires out of fear of rejection, like I discussed. And we'll talk about how to get clear actually about what you do want and how to express that skillfully. We'll also look at repairing trust issues. Often if there's a breach of trust, it creates a big issue in the relationship, and distance can be a problem there. So we'll look at what to do around mistrust and how to heal it. And then finally, thriving. How to thrive in your relationship. If you're getting these other things lined up, what's the last piece for you to really integrate and move forward into thriving? So back to the gist of what I wanted to share about the program. So not only are we going to go through all these modules, and I'm going to give you all this coaching live, but all of these meetings are going to be recorded. They are Zoom meetings, so video conferencing, where we can see everybody who comes on. And you're going to get access to the recording for at least a year. So you can go back and work through everything, take notes, learn again, because often we just forget what we learned. And of course, if you miss a meeting, then you'll have the recording right away the next day to go through that so you can catch up with the group. I'm also giving you access to a private Facebook group just for the participants in the Reboot program. Those of you who've been in my other Facebook group can really see how awesome it can be when women get together to support each other. And really, that's one of the main reasons I designed this program, because there's something magical that happens when women come together in a deep, meaningful way and support each other in getting healthy and strong and opening their hearts. Women supporting women is just like there's nothing like it. So that's what we're doing in the calls and in the group. You're going to get not only my support in both places, but the support of your sisters. You're probably going to make some new friends. So we're covering a lot of ground, as you can see, in these 8 sessions, and of course in between in Facebook. But I realized that wasn't quite enough. I wanted to give you more because, I feel like to give you one-on-one attention would just skyrocket this thing to the next level. I do a lot of one-on-one coaching, and we can go, obviously a lot deeper individually one-on-one than in a group, but it's different because the group has all the extra support and powerful things can happen in a group setting. Anyway, so this first bonus I'm offering is going to give you the one-on-one time with me so you can take your learning into what you're getting from the group. So I'm going to give you a half-hour one-on-one time on video with me where we can really start to dive down and look at, what might be underneath the challenges that you're facing individually. And powerful things happen in these half-hour sessions. It really blew me away last time because you're already in the group learning a lot of the core material. When we get into the one-on-one, it's like we've done a lot of the work and we can just, skyrocket you to the next level. So that's one bonus. That's a $60 value. And then I'm going to give you another one-on-one session with me during the group time or towards the end, whatever works better for you. I call it the relationship breakthrough session. And this is where we look at where you want to head in your relationship life and what's holding you back. And so I help you see the path. I help you see, what those obstacles are and how to take the best next steps forward. People get a ton of clarity in these sessions and a lot of insights. So that's pretty juicy, and that's a $108 value, but I'm offering that as a bonus for everyone who signs up for the group. And then third bonus, because I just felt like this would be awesome, and I've never offered this one before, is joining into my monthly teleconference coaching group. Usually this group is only for my private clients, but I'm going to open it up to you guys who join the Reboot program for 3 whole months. So once a month, you're going to get an additional conference call session. And like the video sessions, these phone calls are recorded. So if you can't make it, you can certainly listen in. And you'll get a lot of value, like everyone does. Even if you don't participate, you'll get value from listening to what other people discover by getting coached and asking questions. So there's, a lot. I'm offering these 3 bonuses in addition to the 8 sessions. And just those bonuses alone are about a $350 value, $348. So you're probably wondering, well, what's the cost of the Reboot program? And your investment for Rockin' Relationship Reboot, well, it's about a quarter of the price of what I would usually charge for private coaching. Usually that amount of coaching that I'm giving is going to run you about $1,600. But I wanted to make this group accessible. So I'm not even charging half of that, right? I'm charging about a quarter of that price. $397 is the investment for the first 8 people who join. I want to support you in jumping in early and reserving your spot. So if you join and you're one of the first 8 people, your investment is $397. And I'm also offering a payment plan if that's easier for you. It's 3 months of payments of only $145. So remember, if you want to create a healthy relationship and break through some old patterns that you haven't been able to break through before, you've got to do something different than you've been doing, right? You've got to commit to making a big change. And I do think that I can help you with that. So if you'd like to reserve a spot and get that lower rate, go ahead and click the button right now that is below this video. Again, the seats are limited. I'm definitely closing registration on the 26th or earlier, because if I fill the group earlier, I'm going to have to close the registration before then. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but I encourage you not to wait and reserve your spot. I'm going to offer one more bonus because I just got this idea the other day, and it's fun and exciting, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. Many of you have gotten to see the 5-day challenge videos, but some of you wanted to watch again or didn't get through them or didn't even sign up to take advantage of it at all. So I'm going to throw in all 5 of those as a bonus. All 5 of those videos. They're at least 10 minutes each, and there's a ton of value in them, as I think most of you have seen. And this is a one-time offer. These videos, I'm going to turn them into a program at some point and charge money for it. It's a full course, I think. So I'm going to give those to you as a bonus just for signing up for the program. And I think that will really round out what we're doing and give you a lot of foundational material, so in the group we can take it all to the next level. So I hope you take advantage of that. And just so you know, I do have a no risk guarantee. So if you partake in the group and after the first 2 meetings you find it's just not right for you, for whatever reason, I will give you a full refund. No hard feelings, no questions asked. The only requirement is that you do attend the first 2 meetings and that you do ask for a refund before March 8th. So, and I have that in writing as well. But you can see I'm not too worried about it. No one asked for a refund before. People got so much value out of it, even if they didn't make every meeting. So I'm pretty confident that, that you'll like what you get, and, that you won't take advantage of the offer as well. So I'm not a relationship magician. I can't promise you everything, but what I can tell you is that I've been doing this for quite a while now. I've seen huge results, not only in myself by doing this work, but in my clients and in women who have taken my groups. I've been teaching groups, workshops, and classes for a pretty long time now, and especially groups for women, which is my favorite. So I've worked on these tools, I've refined my offerings, I've made it as good as I think I can get it at this point. It's pretty awesome, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get a lot out of it. I think everyone can use this kind of support, and I'm really excited that I have the ability to offer that right now. So if you're ready, now's your time, I would say. Don't delay. It's time to step up and make those changes that you are ready to make for yourself. Don't you deserve it? I feel like everyone deserves a happy relationship, to have a feeling of support and connection, to be able to enjoy your relationship, right? Go on trips and make projects together and sweet love and everything that relationships are about. So I hope you'll do this for you, to really say yes to yourself and join us in the group. There's a button right below the video, and why wait? So thanks for being here. I support you, whatever you decide, and if you step in, I will be so happy to be with you and support you on this journey. Take care. Namaste.